Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about how we, as small business owners, as app developers, are always on the clock. Okay, so I'm coming to you from Lake San Marcos, which is in the northern part of San Diego County. It's a beautiful day, but like all the days so far have been really beautiful. It's been like it's been really hot here, especially by UK standards. And it's just been every day. So it's been around, I guess around between 31 and 34 degrees Celsius each day, right? So I know for a lot of you guys, you live in places that are much hotter than that. But in England, we have a few days like this, but then it's usually followed by colder. So anyway, it's been really nice. Been, I guess I've been sweating a lot. So, but today I want to talk about like never stopping work. So I'll tell you about what happened yesterday morning. Today's actually been kind of relaxed, but yesterday morning I woke up like it was about 4:15, to go to the bathroom, because I'm 45 and that's what I do. I get up at least once at night to go to the bathroom. So I made the mistake of checking my, well, it wasn't a mistake. I'm glad I did. I checked my phone, and the thing about San Diego being on the west coast of the US is there's an 8-hour time difference for England. So a lot of my clients, by the time they get to 5, they're finished with their workday at 5 p.m. and it's like at 9 a.m. here. So by the time I respond to a lot of the emails and stuff, everybody knows I've been on holiday, right? So and my team can handle everything else, but there's some things I just have to handle. So by the time I actually am able to respond to emails, sometimes it's too late. So they might send me a question, I send an answer, they send a follow-up question, and days go by instead of just hours, right? So yesterday morning I get up at 4:15. And I just quickly check my email when I go to the bathroom, because that's what I do. And then I see one of my clients they say, "Hey Eric, I know you're on holiday. I'm really sorry about this, but the system that you built for us." So we had this back-end system, like a server-based thing, in addition to an app. So we did the API and the app for this thing. So for some reason, it's just stopped working. So I worked from 4 o'clock here until 7 a.m. just troubleshooting this issue. And of course we had all kinds of problems with it, because they had the IP addresses for their server. I just wanted to look at the server. Their IP addresses, their server was locked to IP address for access. So I had to say, hey, this is my IP address here, right? Can we get this added? So I had to go through lots of different teams and stuff like that and get everything added. But luckily we were able to get it sorted. And doing all the troubleshooting, the kind of thing, if I left it to somebody else, it could have taken days, but because I knew the system inside and out, I was able to do that. And it was so easy. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, it was so easy just to say, they know I'm on holiday, they know I'm on vacation, they know it's gonna, I'm not gonna be able to respond right away. But then there's the, Overpass is my responsibility. My clients' welfare is my responsibility. When they hire us, then it's down to me. The buck stops here, right? And I could kick myself for not delegating better on this. Letting somebody else shadow me through the whole thing. And they could have. I could have, given this to Calvin on our team and said, hey, figure this out, see if you can get it working. But then, it was just quicker for me to do it. So, and I've also been answering a lot of other emails and stuff like that, even while I'm here on holiday. And I'm trying to do it in the early morning hours so that we could get things moving and stuff like that. But the thing about running your own show and doing your own business is like you're never really fully on vacation. Not like if I was working at an investment bank or one of my contracts, I say, hey, I'm going to be away, then I'm away. Like if I don't answer my email, that's fine. But when you're running everything on your own, even though everyone knows the situation where I'm on holiday, things are going to happen. Things are going to go down. Things are going to, like even right now. So I dread this happening. I dread to even mention it. But let's say I get that AdMob email, the one that says, we've disabled AdMob for whatever reason, and I got to respond to that. That's the kind of stuff I need to catch right away. Or like say one of my apps gets suspended, which heaven forbid, why would it happen while I'm on holiday if it was going to happen at all? But this kind of stuff could happen. So it's always being vigilant of this kind of stuff. Even and then also spending time with family, trying not to be the guy who's on the computer all the time, all that kind of stuff. So I guess today I just want to let you guys just tell you a little bit about that. So yesterday morning, just working, sitting there trying to troubleshoot a problem, thousands of miles away, getting access to the server, doing all this stuff. And of course, when you troubleshoot a problem, you can't just okay, it's working now, I restarted something. No, you have to have like a theory as to why it happened, at least if you're really good at it. So I had to think, you know, what could have happened, come up with a theory. So if you're wondering what it was, is we have a MySQL. So okay, this is going to be the geeky part, right? So it was a MySQL database, and we're using MySQL 5.7 on their production server, but we're only using like 5.3 on our dev server. That's a really bad practice. I know this, right? Because 5.7 brings in some different like strict table transactions. Like you can't just, like, if you don't put the exact right data, you know, data type into a table, rather than issue a warning, it will just stop the transaction. All right, so it had strict tables turned on, but I turned that off in the beginning, and I think what may have happened is that the server had somehow rebooted itself, and I did not save those you know, server variables, and I think it switched back to whatever. So that was my working theory, and of course I had to, you know, once I fixed that, I had to restart the server just to make sure that that was the case, and I've actually fixed the issue and have that go through. So rather than tell the client, okay, it's working now, and then they never know if it's going to happen again, say, okay, it's working now, and this is, you know, this is the solution. I mean, this is the reason why I think it happened. I tested this to confirm that's probably what happened, so that should not happen again. But if it does, I'm going to continue monitoring and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the key to having clients is to make sure that your clients are taken care of above anybody else. And it's not just making sure that their systems are running well, making sure that they have the confidence that they're always going to be running well, that you always have their back, because you do. When they put their trust in you, you have to give it your all. At least that's my opinion. Anyway, I'm rambling on a little bit today. That's it for today. Sorry I didn't do one yesterday, but it was just a bit hectic around here. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.